Thank you for joining the World Alliance for Arts Education to celebrate International Arts Education Week by attending today's webinar. Musical Performance, Path to Social Well-Being Among Children Living in Deplorable Environments in Makoko will be hosted by Florence and Weke.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, depending on the time zone you're joining us from. Well, it's International Arts Education Week. The art has always been an integral part of the society. From time immemorial, people have used the art in one form or the other to add values to their lives. Talking about different forms of art, we have music as one of the forms of art that I'm going to be talking about this morning. Music from time immemorial has been a useful tool. Plato talked about music as an instrument for education. Socrates also talked about music as being a tool that helps to shape the human character. In the Bible days, we saw about how the evil spirit in Saul departed as a result of listening to music. And the usefulness of music cannot be overutilized or overemphasized, as the case may be. Now, talking about music in this present disposition, we said, how does it affect the well-being of the children that are deplorable, children whose hope and mindset have been fixed to or tailored to a particular lifestyle? How did we think, or how do we think music will work for them to function effectively? We have seen that engagement in music making is the first step to social inclusion. And we're trying to see, how do we include these children that outrightly have been excluded from the society? That takes me to what we're talking about this morning: music performance, path to social well-being among children in a deplorable environment, Makoko, Nigeria. Makoko is in Lagos, the southwestern part of Nigeria. Nigeria is a nation of contrast, where you have very wealthy people, extremely wealthy, if I may say, and where you also have people that are extremely poor, poor of the poorest. In Nigeria, we have the richest man in Africa from Nigeria, the richest woman in Africa also from Nigeria. Now, when we now have people that are actually poor, that are downtrodden, how do we classify those ones? In what capacity do we ensure that these ones have a taste or a feel of what the world is really all about? Makoko, a floating slum, is situated in Nigeria with children of low self-esteem, with bleak future. Of course, we can't rule the fact out that class stratification exists in a society. So these ones have had to battle with this. So how do we do that? The United Nations, in its campaign against inequality, said inequality should be reduced at least to the barest minimum by the year 2030. And that is why we in the arts, myself and my collaborators, one in the visual arts and one in the theater arts, decided that how do we impact these children? How do we go about telling them that life can be better using the arts? How do we visit them in their slum? How do we ensure that these ones have a life that is full of hope again? We decided to embark on a journey. I wouldn't call it a research, because if I should say it's a research, people will be saying, oh, that means you are coming out with quantitative analysis, coming out with all sorts of things. But we saw it as a project, a project we intend to nurture as time goes on. However, I'm saying it's an ongoing project. Now, we embarked on the journey to Makoko. This music, universal and timeless potential, was the mindset we had. It shaped our intuition. It shaped the way we actually wanted to see these children again. On getting to Makoko, it was not without any formal or any form of ethical procedures, because we had to meet with the traditional leader who embraced our ideas And it was welcoming. He even told us that they will want a situation where they will have a kind of slum to school slum to school project. So in that case, we were very glad because we actually slum to school through the arts. And here are my co-researchers, Dr. Ndubisi Chinyere, Dr. Oluwatoyin Olokodano James. Makoko, a community that is located adjacent to the Third Mainland Bridge in Nigeria, the busiest bridge so far. The school, when we got there, when we got to the traditional leader, he took us to the school, the classroom. We were shocked at what we saw because the school had some of the children were on the floor writing. There were no desks, there were no chairs as such. So we wonder what kind of school could be going on in this environment. The one they said they had was a kind of floating school, but it collapsed. But I heard an hint that very soon another one will be rebuilt. But then this is the kind of environment we found ourselves in. Access to that place was by canoe. So looking at the pictures I have here, we have children who were dredging out sand, trying to make bring out sand to sell for them to help their parents in whatever capacity they can. We saw a lot of children half naked, children who doesn't even have or who don't have an idea of what life is all about. The place is squalor personified, as you can see in this picture. We started with the training, like I said. Our aim was to use the arts. We started with teaching them how to sing. Of course, people will say, what's in singing? Singing, people can actually sing, and then a lot of things can be done. But we do not take it as one of those things. We took it as a kind of opportunity to let people get the facts about singing, about everything that needed to be done to ensure that their singing is not just normal singing. We started the training with them. Of course, what do you expect? We saw children that were raw. We saw children who needed a touch musically. We saw children who needed a touch art-wise. And that was the step we took. This is the training session. We started the training with them. I had to use this other picture to just illustrate the kind of environment these children are. And this is a kind of a typical environment where children are expected to perform, but this one lacked that environment. Nevertheless, we do not allow ourselves to be swallowed or to be taken by this backwardness. We started with them anyway, with the way we can start with any other child we have opportunity of starting with. And we experience tremendous moments with them. In between the singing and the dancing, we had them to draw, we had them draw images, we had them paint. They painted pictures, they drew pictures. In fact, some of them, the inherent potential embedded in them was later discovered. And that was what we aim at achieving. Now, talking about well-being, we might kind that to, oh, it's a situation of when you are happy, when you are fulfilled with yourself. We saw the traces of happiness, but we do not want to limit ourselves to the mere fact that they were happy to see us. But we saw the close connection between what we had to do and what they needed to know. We had a relationship with them. Prior to the relationship, the emotions were already developed. positive emotions for them to actually know what we were about to give to them. We had this relationship, not a kind of a master-servant relationship. We had a relationship where we related with them as though we were their parents. That gave a lot of meaning to what we did. We, at the end of the day, because of the level of the rapport or the closeness we had with them, we have established a kind of goal in their hearts. We did not only talk about music or talk about the works of art to them, we also had discussions with them. Discussions about people that have been accomplished or people that have really made it in life through the arts, through music, through visual arts, through dance, through a lot of things, and they are doing well in the society. A lot of them know these people, the pop musicians that are doing so well. And then that was a kind of ingraining in them an idea that they too can go far if they should decide to do art in the way art is. Now, we decided not to limit ourselves to the four walls of the university or the four walls of the curriculum, because a curriculum that should be functional should include people that outrightly do not have access to that curriculum. And that's talking about the minority, talking about the people that are left out of the curriculum. We included these ones, irrespective of their background, their cultural histories, and what they've been through life. We included them in our work of art, in the study, in the systematic and the planned way of teaching out our instructions. After that, someone might ask, okay, what do you think that music that you give to them has now changed them overnight? No, I wouldn't say it has changed them overnight, but after the program, we had several of them wanting to say, how do we continue? Even when we stopped, for the few days or the time we stopped, we had series of phone calls asking us, when do we come again? When are we coming back? When are we starting? When are we doing this again? That has helped in a way to improve the lifestyle of these children. Now, music has not only, or the work of art as it were, has not only helped to improve the self-confidence in these children, it has not only helped to improve their self-esteem, their emotional and mental capability, it has not only helped, in time past, we have seen how it has also helped to reduce suicide tendencies, how it has helped to reintegrate people with their families, how it has also helped to improve interpersonal skills, and then how it has also helped to improve human competence. All of these were what we wanted to see, because it is not enough for us to read about how music has helped people in one society or the other. We wanted to see this done. We wanted to see it happen in our time. And that was what we saw in this research. What did our music do to these ones? When we got there, we wanted to teach them songs. Nigeria is an English-speaking country, so we decided to sing or teach them some of the songs in English. We were so baffled by the fact that some of them do not even understand English language. So we needed to do this. So we started teaching them. After several times, these ones doing this thing, performing and singing in this language. We had to tell their teacher to interpret some of our intentions or what we had in mind to do. And then it eliminated a kind of low self-esteem in them. The first day we got there, they were looking at us, they were timid. By the time we got there the next time, they were happy to see us. They embraced us. They wanted to hear from us. This has restored a kind of self-confidence in them. It gave them a sense of being useful. By the time we graded them and we put some in music, some in dance, some in drawing and all of that, they felt responsible, they felt useful. And that was the path we decided to channel them towards, achieving a kind of responsibility. This is during one of the training, singing session with the researcher and my co-researchers, Dr. Lukodana, like I said, Dr. Chinwe, and then the traditional leader and myself. After this session, we still hope to continue the research, like I said, the project rather. It's an ongoing one. We believe we'll have or we'll achieve greater results. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Florence. Thank you again for attending this webinar, and thank you to Florence and all of our other contributing speakers throughout our time together. We wish you all a very happy International Arts Education Week, and we look forward to seeing you online. Thank you very much for attending.